Hello and welcome to Lakota East High School for the sectional finals. A huge game tonight between the Mason Comets and the Lakota West Firebirds. I'm Evan Amazon, joined by Ben Haller. How you doing tonight, Ben?
Doing outstanding. Excited to see two GMC powerhouses go at it. And one of the most common expressions in sports, especially in high school sports, is it's hard to beat a team 3 times. You hear that a lot in basketball, especially to beat a 3 seed like Lakota West. Mason swept them in the regular season, beat them twice, but Mason didn't lose a game, so it's going to be interesting. And it's a game they handled them pretty easily the second time around, beating them by 9 points. If you take out Lakota West, 2 leading scorers in that game in Flores and Chance Gray, they only scored 11 combined points. So I think if Mason can just hold everyone besides Gray, because you know Gray's going to get her points, averages 27 a game. But I think if they can hold everyone else, it's going to be big for Mason.
Oh yeah, Chance Gray, one of the best players in the country, 2022 grad junior right now, 14th in her class and a 5-star.
Yeah, we're going to look at the keys of the game for both teams. Obviously, Lakota West, Mason, like I said, powerhouse of the GMC. 8 of the last 10 GMC titles won or shared by Lakota West or Mason. This is the first time in, I think, 4 years that Lakota West didn't have a share of that GMC title. For Lakota West, it's about rebounding. They are the best rebounding team in the conference. And Mason, they focus more offensively, best shooting team in the conference, 45.3 field goal percentage on the year.
Another thing for Mason is sometimes with their shooting, it's gotten off to some slow starts in some recent games against Princeton and Sycamore. Their offense has started slow. And against Lakota West, it's a tough team to start slow when you're going up against one of the best players in the country in Chance Gray.
Yep, and for Lakota West, they struggled a little bit in that first round game against Kings. We saw the same thing with the boys game between Kings and Lakota West, but Lakota West was able to come away with that one thanks to some missed free throws from Kings.
We're going to look at some starters right now for West. Noah and Gray in the backcourt. Of course, Gray we talked about before, one of the best players in the country, with Flores, Aberbat, and Dorman.
Aberbat hasn't started all year, but she's someone to watch. She's starting to knock down the 3 at a higher clip than we've seen her earlier this season. She's worked her way into the starting lineup on offense and defensive side of the ball. So I think Aberbat could be a good factor that we haven't seen when Mason played him the first 2 times.
Yeah, and Dorman has one of the best field goal percentages in the GMC, so she's going to be a very efficient scorer and someone they can rely on as well.
And if you take a look over at the Mason starting lineup, we talk about the 3-headed monster they have in senior Marilyn Popwell, junior Kyla Oldeker, sophomore, and Margot Mattis. Margot Mattis, one of the best shooters in the GMC. They also have CeCe Carey, Riley Cosby can also knock down the 3 as well.
Yeah, 3 out of the 6 top scorers in the GMC are from Mason. Mattis is 3rd with 15.9, Popwell 4th with 14.9, and Oldeker with 13.6. And Oldeker is the 17th recruit in that same 2022 class as Gray and is a 4-star at 6'6".
Yeah, so this is, like we talked about, the sectional final game. If they win, they go on to take the winner of Miamisburg and Springboro. That would be in the district final, or district semifinal. And we talked about Mason, last time they played Springboro, that was Mason's closest game they've had all year. Springboro pushed that one into overtime. Springboro is a team that can give Mason some trouble. They're a really complete team, so, Mason's got no easy games coming up here.
Yeah, and Lakota West also lost to Springboro. I believe they only held Chance Gray to 15, which is one of her season lows, so they're a very tough team. They got a big game against Miamisburg coming up. And we got a big one right here, Ben. 2 of the biggest rivals in the GMC going at it again in the playoffs. Mason's knocked them out of the playoffs 2016, 2017, and 2018. So I'm really excited to see what's happening here tonight.
Yeah, Coach Fishman on the Lakota West side, he's done this a few times where he's put his team up early, put his team up against Mason. It happened a few years ago when Lakota West was the 1 and Mason was the 1, Lakota West was the 2. You usually don't see a 2-3 matchup this early in the tournament, but Fishman wanted this game, and he maybe it looked intimidating to Mason that they're not scared. Lakota West really wanted to look like they're not going to back down.
Yeah, Lakota West, we mentioned some of the previous teams. They won state in 2015. And this is the Comets' first outright GMC win this year for the first time since 2013. So it's been a while for them. They've shared some with West, but West and Mason, those 2 teams you mentioned before, have really just run this conference over these last couple years.
And there are a limited amount of fans, but the energy, it feels like, is no different than what you would normally see both sides. These are 2 teams that hate each other.
And Oldeker wins a tip, and unfortunately, that one's going to go to the Firebirds for her. So we'll start with possession. And elbow jumper is no good. That was a pretty good effort on the save there by Emily Dorman, but unable to keep that one in, so Comets getting possession here.
That was a good shot. Kind of caught Mason off guard. They weren't really ready yet. That first possession is crucial, and they just couldn't knock that down.
There's Popwell on the outside. She swings it to Mattis now, Carey. Beyond the three-point line. Comets trying to find Oldiker down low, and they do. She's got a height advantage against almost anybody around the city, and Kyla Oldiker knocks it down for two. The 4-star recruit getting the Comets going early.
Yeah, the number 17 recruit in the country, and there was a lot of help there. 3 girls came up to force her to miss that shot, but none of them were tall enough, and it feels like it didn't even she didn't even see it.
Now Margot Mattis can be tasked with guarding Chance Gray here. Popwell comes out and doubles. Ball swung to Aberbat. Aberbat tries to drive on Carey. And Popwell is going to come down with the rebound.
That was big for Carey to get that tip and kind of took Noah out of her rhythm. She couldn't go up with that right away and kind of had to think about it a little more. That's why sometimes those tips and deflections, even if they don't result in a steal, are big.
And here's Oldiker again on Dorman. Trying to post up. A little bit short there, but she gets rebound back and she goes up strong. So Kyla Oldiker starting off really strong in this game.
Yep, and that's something she does a lot. She starts off strong. I think there's a few games she's got the first 6 or 8 points for the Comets. Getting called for a foul there.
I like the aggressiveness though. That's a pretty good play by Oldiker, trying to come up and make a play. And we're gonna take a look at a replay here.
Good job gathering herself. She looked like she was gonna fall, but she kept her feet still and followed her own shot. Looked like there may have been some contact, but on someone as big as Kyla Oldiker, refs don't necessarily call as much.
Yeah, she took advantage of the fact that Dorman fell, able to clear some space. Now here's Gray is going to take the 3. That one is no good off the front of the rim. Chance Gray shoots about 40% from the 3, so the Comets need to get a hand up every single time. That's super impressive, considering how much she shoots too. 40% with a lot of three-point attempts.
And yeah, it's big for her and it's big for Mason and to not let her get hot. She's one of those players that once she sees a few go in, then she doesn't need much space to knock them down, but she airballed her first shot. That's big for the Comets.
That's going to be a turnover by Gray. Leads the GMC in assists, but bad pass there. The Comets trying to build on this early 4-0 lead.
Mason is a team that the last few games and definitely throughout the season, especially in that second game against Lakota West, they get off to hot starts. For this game, it's going to be
Oldiker outside, passing to Mattis. A little short on that one. It's the opposite we usually see. We usually see Mattis throwing that down low to Oldiker.
It might be nice to change it up a little bit if you're the Comets. They saw that entry pass get stolen the last possession.
Now Noah has to pass it back out. And at 3, another air ball. And that's Laura Braz, the junior, just checked into the game.
You can kind of see just the nerves of Lakota West coming into this game as Braz airball. That's a second airball 3 for Lakota West. We've seen some pretty bad unforced turnovers on Lakota West end too. So they just got to settle down a little bit. Lucky, those being anxious like that, having that much energy can lead to good things on the defensive end. Mason's only scored 4 points already about 4 minutes into this game.
And Oldiker goes up on a double team over Dorman, doesn't get it to go. And they're going to get a foul.
Yeah, Lakota West fans are letting the refs know, and I'm not sure about it. That just looked like a box out to me, and Popwell winning the air, not necessarily the Lakota West player's fault.
Yeah, certainly a little questionable there. And that's going to go on Braz, her first foul. Oldiker gets the inbound down low. Kyla Oldiker, hot start for the Comets. Only player who scored in this game at about 5 minutes in.
It feels like Mason's really winning this game because they were the most prepared and most ready coming into this game. Lakota West nerves are getting to them a little bit.
And Flores hits down the jump shot. So a big shot there off of Flores, just trying to calm her team down there from mid-range.
I think it's going to be big not only for her, but for the whole team to see a shot go in.
And there's going to be a foul on the drive. It's going to be the 3rd team foul on the Firebirds here already. It's going to be Braz's 2nd foul, so she has to come out of the game. And Molly Gray is coming in for 5'7" junior.
One of the big questions coming in this game, if you're Mason, is who is Kyla Oldeker going to guard, and kind of reverse, who's going to guard Kyla Oldeker? Lakota West, obviously a very talented team, very athletically gifted, but they don't have a whole lot of height on their side, so can make for a disadvantage for both teams offensively.
Yeah, Noah and Gray are their tallest starters at 5'9", going up against Kyla Oldeker, 6'6". That's definitely not an easy task.
But the Lakota West players are quicker than Oldeker is, so that makes it difficult for Oldeker on defense.
Popwell misses down low, but Kyla Oldeker there for the rebound. Kyla Oldeker goes back up. So she's got all 8 for the Comets, and what an impressive performance here in the first quarter.
And you can see her energy has gone way up. Last game against Seton, she got a lot of shots that didn't fall for her, and she kind of got discouraged, kind of took herself out of the game mentally, and it's good to see her get this confidence booster this early in the game.
Yeah, she also went 0 for her first 7 from the free throw line, so that did not help. And Gray way off on that, just kind of forced a couple shots here early. But that's really good defense there from Molly Grace. Up to Gray, and Gray gets it over Oldeker and one. She's going to the free throw line. That was a great play set up by Molly Grace.
Yep, a lot of what we talked about on Lakota West side kind of happened on Mason's side with Baird's turnover, but the great finish there from Chance Gray. And, you know, she could finish through a lot of contact, as you see there. 6'6" Kyla Oldeker. The poise to finish through that, you know, maybe that gets her going with a little confidence.
Yeah, 2 of the best in the country at their age group going at it there. Battle Gray wins that one. And trying to convert on the 3-point play from the free throw line. And she hits that one of the best free throw shooters in this conference as well, at about 83%. She also set a record making, I believe, 30 free throws in a row for Lakota West record.
And you touched on it about Oldeker. You know, she had her struggles from the free throw line. But if you're Lakota West, maybe you look to foul her a little more if you can't stop her down low. That's a decent second option.
Mattis tries to drive, slips there. And now Gray going in transition on Barnes. Misses the layup there. That's really good defense by Barnes. Super tough to guard Gray, but especially in transition.
Yeah, how about Barnes getting back on defense, didn't let Gray beat her, and just used her body without fouling, making Gray miss. We talked about how good of a finisher she is. That's a tough task to make Gray miss one-on-one. But Amanda Barnes, she's mostly in there for defense and proving why.
Gray is going to take the 3, no good there, too strong. And Barnes trying to save it out of bounds, but passes it right back into Grace. But that's a really good block there from Mattis. The Firebirds are going to keep possession.
Yeah, Barnes got lucky there. They always tell you through basketball, never save it under the other team's hoop unless you know for sure that you have a teammate that's able to get that one. She probably would have been better off just letting that one go out of bounds and letting her defense set up, but a good block there from Mattis.
Flora is going to pass this one in. Comets doing a pretty good job there, but she's able to get it in to Noah. Now Gray backing up, Mattis on her. And cut down low for Flores. Fades away, 17-footer, no good, front iron. That's a tough shot there from Flores.
Yeah, I don't think that's a shot Lakota West wants, and it's a good sign for Mason.
Now Mattis trying to go baseline through the double, and she gets home, scores, and that's a really good job by Mattis. It's her first points of the game for the Comets.
Yeah, Mason needs her to get going. We talk about their 3-headed monster. Mason just needs 2 of those to get going, and it's very hard for them to lose. Mattis and Oldeker responsible for all 10 of those points so far. But really the highlight's been Mason's defense. Less than a minute to go in the first quarter, and they've only held Lakota West to 5 points.
And Gray's only got 3 of those 5, averaging 27 a game. On the walk, kicks it out. And that long 2 is no good from Lily Johnson, the freshman, getting some action here early.
How about team rebounding for Mason? Their point guard, Riley Cosme, getting the rebound, and Cece Carey knocks it down.
Great job by Carey. That's one of the best parts of her game is that mid-range shot. Knocks it down there. Now let's see if Lakota West holds the final shot, down by 7. And a turnover there, so the Comets get another opportunity with about 10 seconds left to go. A lot of unforced errors here early by the Firebirds.
You know, it may appear as an unforced turnover, but the Mason double team, Chance Gray, looks like she got scared a little bit. She picked up her dribble and felt like she had to force a pass. She should have just kept her dribble. The double team wasn't necessarily there yet, and make sure she had the right pass.
Mattis step back three short there. Popwell tries to save it. Good effort there, but the clock is going to run out. So 12-5, the Comets lead early. We're going to take a quick break here and be sure to come back for the second quarter in this great GMC battle.
Hello everyone and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports. Three-pointer, got it! In for the Comets score. Win! Comets win! Yeah!
On air or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
Welcome back to Lakota East High School as the Comets lead the Firebirds here early. 12-5 as we take a look. The Comets in the huddle looking at their playoff preview. The third in the AP poll right now.
Yeah, they finished first. We talked about that GMC title that they got last year. They took an early exit in the tournament. Kind of uncharacteristic of them. They really want to bounce back here and kind of go on a revenge tour.
And of course, MND first in the state, just such a powerhouse every year.
Kind of feel like the woman's version of Moeller.
And some high-low action there. Barnes to Popwell, a little out of control there. And the ball's going out of bounds. The Comets are going to keep possession.
Yeah, Lakota West fans wanted to travel there, but I think Marilyn Popwell was able to keep her left foot down. And she did a good job making sure she could get the ball away first.
Yeah, it looked like she probably released that before she traveled. Seems like the right call here early.
You know, something I would have expected from Lakota West coming out is a 2-3 zone, but we haven't seen that yet. Mason struggled against it coming up to this point. Seton ran a little bit, and Mason got up to a slow start.
And Gray strips Mattis there. Now in transition, and a really nice Euro step and a lefty leg there from Trans Gray.
Yeah, nice move, getting from side to side, getting from the right to the left. She can finish anywhere on the court. And you do not, if you're Mason, you do not want to play the transition game with Lakota West.
Now Mattis tries to find Popwell. Cosby, one of the best three-point shooters on the team. With the ball now back to Barnes. Comets having a little trouble going inside with Oldiker on the bench here.
You know, they're trying to get a flex look, but their team's they're not making hard cuts.
Mattis goes down low. A good dribble there. Misses that one. Barnes gets blocked on the putback. And we're going the other way, but another miscue there on the pass by Lakota West.
We're going to take a look at Chance Gray in transition. Riley Cosme just not enough. She didn't have enough height or speed to stop the number 12 recruit in the country, Chance Gray.
And now Comets getting the ball back after another Lakota West miscue here. Comets still struggling a little bit on this possession, trying to get it inside.
Yeah, West is playing tough inside, a lot of contact. They're letting them play a little bit, and they're not letting Mason get any size. They don't have Oldiker, so they don't have that size down low.
And they're going to call a foul there as Popwell gets it down low. That's going to be on Aberbat.
You know, probably the right call, and just not a smart play by Aberbat. You don't want to bail a team out like that and give them a chance to set up underneath out of bounds. Just stay in there, get good position.
Oldiker is going to come back into the game for the Comets as well as Kate Cooper. And Carey's going to get the ball now. Mattis for three from the corner. That one's short there. And Gray with the rebound. And she'll take the three. That one's no good, so Gray struggled a little bit from the outside here early, 0 for 3.
Yeah, once again, Mason just not letting her get hot, which is going to be big. But, you know, you look there, she still has that confidence, and Carey's not going to be able to knock one down.
Almost made it a little harder there, taking that extra dribble.
You know, both these teams are pretty good three-point shooting teams, but they haven't showcased that yet tonight.
The Comets have struggled a little bit down the stretch in the regular season. Flores now skip pass. And that three is no good as well from Elizabeth Key. And the Comets in transition, and there's Madison Lamb, so a good job on the run out by the Comets after the missed three by Key.
Lakota West didn't have anyone back. They always tell you, you got to have one player back after your team takes a shot.
And another air ball from Gray, and Odeker, a big rejection there.
That looked like nothing to her. That ball just came right in her space. And that'll give Mason a lot of momentum.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Fishman, he was a little flustered after that big block from Odeker.
You know, Flores had her eyes on the rim, but Odeker was not letting any of that.
I would never had a chance from the get-go, Ben.
I wouldn't either. I know us two are kind of more advantageous in the size department, but I think Odeker could beat about anyone.
Yeah, just dominating down low early in the post. West tries to bring help, but still able to get rebounds, and she's definitely carried the load for the Comets offensively.
The big thing for her is just being strong, keeping the ball high. I know she has been taking a couple dribbles, but that defense is going to collapse in on you, but they're not tall enough to get up in your space up top. Keep the ball high. Their arms aren't going to reach that. You just don't want to bring it down low for them to steal it. Mason coming with what looks like a little bit of a zone package.
Yeah, West looks a little confused beginning of that possession there.
You know, Matula likes to change it up and kind of keep the offense guessing.
And a flush from there, and Gray turns it over.
They're going to say Mason called a timeout first before the jump ball. Dakota West fans aren't happy about that one.
Yeah, they thought that was a jump ball there, close call, but Matula gets it. Now, that's just a big play as a coach. It's smart to just recognize exactly when your team has the ball and call that timeout. Plays like that from a coach can win you games. As we look at Lakota West on the huddle there, let's take a look at their playoff picture. Second in the GMC this year, and of course these two losses against Mason. One of them was pretty close, 2-point win for the Comets. The other one was a 9-point win for the Comets.
And you feel like that second game they played, that was at Lakota West, and that was one of the best games Mason's played all year. I mean, they did everything right. They made shots, they forced misses, they rebounded. Chance Gray had 26 points, but that's the game I talked about where everyone not named Gray or Flores scored a combined 11 points in that game, and that's going to be big for Mason if they can hold those players.
Yeah, they've done a good job on Gray early. A little too strong there from Mattis. Odeker trying to fight for the rebound, not able to get it there.
No, and there it is. If Odeker could have just grabbed that ball when it was a little higher, she was a little late on that, and once she got it down low, that's not necessarily her space anymore.
Mattis doesn't see the double. That's going to be out of bounds. It's a good play there from Molly Grace. She's made a couple big defensive plays early.
We've seen that a few times for both teams, is those chase down tips. And I think both teams are kind of focused and just too unaware of what's going on around them. And that's got to be better communication for both teams as well.
And Mattis right into Odeker, off the out of bounds play. Double comes, like you said, Ben, she held the ball high there, and I worked to perfection. Now Dorman, ball on the outside, now back to Flores. West offense pretty stagnant. Look a little confused.
You know, Cosme and Carey, those are the two starters that aren't necessarily part of that three-headed monster we talk about, but they're so key for this team on the defensive side of the ball. Those are the two starting up top here, as Mattis is going to take their spot. I think what they're going with is box and one with Margot Mattis. She's going to be on Chance Gray. Everybody else is going to be in a box set.
Yeah, Carey helps her on the screen. Missed three by Gray, but a really good rebound again by Molly Grace, and she continues her great performance early. She's probably been the star of the game here for the Firebirds in this one.
Yeah, Papua, one of the better rebounders in the GMC, definitely, and she's had a couple miscues, not boxing someone out or just not getting the best position.
It's Oldeker taking what a take by Kyle Oldeker. Not only did she get it done from the post there, catching the ball at the free throw line, and just driving in. Very impressive.
Yep, she's confident, and she's just feeling it right now.
There's Madison Gray, screen by Noir. Mattis able to get back on her there. And the Comets double Noir. They're able to keep possession. Flores, skip pass over to Grace. And Oldeker with her second block of the night on Grace's layup there. Gray in the corner. Mattis done a really good job on Chance Gray early.
Kyla Oldeker, she's just been everywhere, and you kind of feel like the scoring on offense is kind of translated. Her confidence on offense translates to the energy in the blocks and getting the steal, the tip out of bounds. As you see the block there, she's going to take a seat though as Kate Cooper checks in.
Yeah, Oldeker unfortunately had an injury. It took her out for about 4 weeks, but coming off strong, she looks 100% in this one. And that shot is no good for Mattis. That's definitely a shot she's capable of knocking down.
Yeah, the shot making for both teams just overall hasn't been where we've seen it earlier in the season from both.
Flores goes to the hole and gets fouled there.
Yep, and that's the difference from when you see Oldeker's out. If she would have been in there on that possession, then you feel like it would have been a much different result.
So that foul is going to be on Kate Cooper. It's her first personal and the team's fourth in this game.
And the frustration of Lakota West after a 5-second violation call.
It's a lot of turnovers. This Firebirds team just been really sloppy all game.
And it just feels like everywhere, every aspect of the game, Lakota West is just having trouble getting any momentum going to their side. They don't really have anything going for them. They're still only down 9, obviously. Mason hasn't been scoring as effectively as we would have thought.
Comets try to get some pick and roll action there with Madison Popwell. Doesn't work. The Comets will keep possession here under the basket. This is a spot where you want to have Oldeker, and she's got a lot of her points off these just out of bounds post-ups.
Good pass from Carey. She had a decent shot, what it looked like, but getting inside to Popwell.
That's good defense by Gray in the post there.
Popwell hasn't got a lot of touches, and I think for her to score, she's going to need to get the ball down low more.
And Gray misses another three. A lot of her shots, she's fading away. She's kind of taking her momentum away from the rim, making it tougher.
Mattis with the good rebounds. And for Popwell, another big way she gets a lot of her scoring done is on offensive rebounding, on the offensive boards. And Lakota West, they're best in the GMC. It's interesting, they're best in the GMC in rebounding, but we talk about how small they are and how their biggest player is only 5'9". That shows you their hard work and their effort.
So about 10 seconds here to go. Comets trying to extend the lead to double digits. Holding up for the final shot here. It's Cosme. Kicks it to Cooper. And Mattis drives. No good on the layup, but Popwell on the rebound. She gets it to go. What a big effort play from Marilyn Popwell. We mentioned offensive struggles early, but man, that just, wow. We're going to take a look at this again from Popwell. Wow.
And right on cue as I talk about her offensive rebounding and finally able to get one there. But we're going to head to break. Comets get a double-digit lead, 11 points, 20-9 over Lakota West Firebirds at halftime.
Leaves just with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again.
Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is the Unit 1 crew from Limbaugh Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
Hi, I'm Clark Kellogg. I've attended basketball games from coast to coast over the years as a participant, broadcaster, parent, and fan. And believe me, I've seen my share of unsporting behavior. The purpose of school sports is for kids to have fun, develop their skills, and learn lessons that will last a lifetime. So when you attend a school contest, please keep that in mind. Remember to behave in a way that reflects positively on your child, your school, and your community. Let's respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So when you drill, show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year. You can even make them fun. So everyone knows the sound and exactly what to do when they hear a smoke alarm. Go to ready.gov/fire drill and learn how to prepare your family for home fires.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Hey, sports fan! Did you know the OHSAA is among the national leaders in social media? Check out the OHSAA's social media platforms for news, tournament information, accomplishments, helpful links, and all the photos, DVDs, and publications. Check out OHSAA Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And who knows, you may be the next featured face.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard.
I'll have better attendance. I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to put on my uniform after school.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hi, I'm Nick Foligno of the Columbus Blue Jackets. From the youth leagues all the way up to the NHL, sportsmanship is one thing that we can all have in common. The thrill of competing is great, but how we compete is important. Sports can teach kids so many more lessons than just winning and losing, and we can all make this experience a positive one that builds character and makes memories that last a lifetime. In the stands and on the ice, we can all do our part to make this a great event. Together, let's all respect the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew? Don't do it like that, Uncle Drew! You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about that.
You just did the same. Gotta get the boys.
Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Let's take a time out to talk about educational athletics. That means the school sports are an extension of the classroom. Student athletes earn the privilege of participation in sports by succeeding during the school day first, before they put on the team uniform after. Student athletes prove that with better attendance records, higher GPAs, and fewer discipline issues than non-student athletes. That's what it means to be a part of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play. I just want to play.
Play.
Play. Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
sportsmanship, teamwork, how to work hard,
How to work hard. Discipline.
hustle,
Sacrifice.
how to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play.
And along the way, I'm learning
To put the team before myself.
to put the team before myself. How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning to set a good example,
How to work hard.
to accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community. I just wanted to play, and look where it took me.
She's done it! Gianna Bartoletta has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic gold medalist.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports.
Three-pointer. Got it. In for the Comets score. Win. Comets win. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Lakota East High School. Great first half for Kyla Oldiker specifically as the Comets lead 20-9. She's really been getting it done for the Comets inside all first half.
Yeah, this matchup has not disappointed. You know, maybe a little bit on the offensive end. Both teams haven't been able to score as effectively as we know they can, but, you know, that's with the exception of Kyla Oldiker. She's responsible for 10 of the 20 Comet points, outscoring Lakota West herself. And, you know, she's just using her size and poise and strength, scoring inside. And Lakota West doesn't really have an answer for that.
Now the Comets are trying to work those inbound plays, just throwing it up to Oldiker. They've done that a couple times. It's worked out easily. You see her on the defensive end as well, creating a huge impact on the game with 2 blocks early.
You know, she's been everywhere, it feels like, defensively as well. And you see she's getting some points off the offensive rebound there. And, you know, she's having herself a sectional final.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at a bracket here again. Comets, of course, playing Lakota West here in the district semifinals, the sectional final in this game. In Miamisburg and Springboro, a team with the Comets. That was the Comets' toughest opponent this year. They beat them in overtime. So that would be another interesting game if the Comets can hold on here tonight and Springboro can win. We can see that rematch.
But we can't think about that yet, and it's Mason's time, second half, to close out the game. Lakota West trying to make a little bit of a comeback. You know, 11 points isn't impossible, especially when you have the 13th best recruit in the country on their team.
Yeah, Chance Gray, though, only with 5 points tonight. Averages 27 a game, so
and that's why it
she's
scares
got to get going.
That's why it scares you, right? If you're a Mason fan, it's just Chance Gray. You feel like she's always going to get her points, and she really hasn't today.
And a bad start offensively. Looks like they're going to call an illegal screen.
think that was a 5-second call. I think it was in Waugh. Was just dribbling around, and she wasn't aware of the count from the officials.
Yeah, you're right about that one there. But just another bad turnover for the Firebirds. We've seen a lot of bad passes, just a lot of miscues early.
And you thought, going into the game, maybe it was nerves at first, but it's continuing on in the second half. And
it's a good box out there from Noah, as Popwell's going to pick up the foul over the back.
Marilyn Popwell, she's trying to get herself in the game more, and she had that tip in right before halftime, maybe a little too over anxious there with the over the back.
After Lakota West in this possession, you want to go into Kyla Oldeker. She's 2 fouls right now. If you can make her pick up her third, that could really change the momentum of the game.
We saw her sit for a little bit, and you saw the difference it made in the game. Lakota West was able to score easily down low as Flores with a pull-up.
Yeah, that's her best part of her game. She's a very good mid-range shooter. She's going to knock that one down all day if the Comets lead her open. And a travel there from Oldeker trying to drive. We saw her do that before, but started a little far out on that.
And Matula, that's not really, that's a part of her game she hasn't really worked on. But Carey just got crossed up by Flores, and she had that extra step on her. Needed one more side step to be wide open. No help from Mason was there, and she just knocked it down.
Flores again on Carey, same matchup as we just saw in the replay.
Mason switching back from that box and one to a man defense once again.
For Cosme guarding Gray there. Another big crossover, and that one's short. That's a shot Chance Gray is capable of making.
Favorable matchup there for Lakota West and for Chance Gray. Margot Madison won.
What an answer. The Comets have really just been doing some great things in transition all game, off long misses like we saw there from Gray.
If you're going to foul like that, like Flores did, you got to foul harder. You got to not let Mattis get that and one, because Mattis can finish through contact. The Princeton commit already only as a sophomore as she completes the old-fashioned three-point play.
Yeah, great job by Mattis. They're knocking down that free throw, so 23-11. Comets doubling the Firebirds. I'm not really sure anyone expected that.
Mason got off to that hot start, and it feels like no team has dominated since then. But Mason just been able to respond perfectly to everything Lakota West has thrown at him.
Yeah, some great pressure there from this Comets defense. Carey doing a great job just getting in the passing lanes, and another bad pass for the Firebirds.
Yeah, she's going to play at Lake Erie College next year. CC Carey, very pivotal role player. Defense and shooting, she's a D&3 type player. And those are the extra guys that can really help your team go far in a tournament like this.
Comets trying to go inside to Oldeker. A nice pass. And Popwell misses, but Oldeker there for the rebound. And she gets fouled. And one. Kyla Oldeker, what a finish there.
Yeah, she's just beaming with excitement right now with Oldeker. She doesn't show she doesn't show a lot on the court. She lets her game do the talking. And she's doing that to perfection so far. Just the toughness, and you can see she took her time on that, knowing that a defender like Lakota West isn't going to be able to get the ball when she keeps it high like that. Free throws what you got to work on, though.
Yeah, only about a 45% free throw shooter this year. Misses there, not able to convert on the and one as Gray steps back, short again. So our three-point struggles continue here. And Madison transition, good job being Gray up the court, misses that. And good effort there from Popwell, trying to save the rebound, but unfortunately loses that one out of bounds. I like the aggressiveness, though, from this Comets team, trying to continue going in transition.
Yeah, Lakota West has, for the most part, played pretty good defense down low. They are up 14, but once again, it's a low-scoring game as we're seeing it, and they're making Mason miss some layups.
And the three-pointer is good. So a huge shot there from Leah Aberbett. You mentioned her three-point shooting abilities before, Ben.
Yeah, and she's one of those extra players that we talked about. They can't let someone like that get going. Oldeker not able to finish.
Yeah, pretty good look there from Oldeker. And a nice pass from Grand transition. And Mara Flores going to the free throw line. It's unselfish play there from Gray.
As we see Aberbat, you know, Cosme just got caught up in that screen. A lot of action down low. That's what you want if you're Lakota West. That's exactly how to get a shooter open.
It seems to be bringing them a little momentum here, as Flores able to knock down the first free throw. Cuts through a 10-point game. Popwell's going to check out of the game for the Comets, and Kate Cooper's going to come back in.
Give Popwell a little bit of a break. I think she's another player, along with a lot of Lakota West players, that just needs to relax a little bit. You know, she definitely hasn't played to the best of her ability so far today, because we've seen what she can do. Step back from Mattis.
That one no good. A pretty good look there from Madison. I feel like it's been a little hard for Popwell. Sometimes when Popwell and Oldiker are in, there's the two post players, so Oldiker sometimes doing what, like in the spots that Popwell would sometimes be in.
And Kyla Oldiker, she really made that travel happen. You know, she didn't get a block shot there, but she's there. Lakota West player drove in and didn't really know what to do because Oldiker was right there. She couldn't put it up, and she couldn't find anyone outside immediately, and takes an extra step.
And another turnover there from Gray, so that's great help by Oldiker. Now Gray guarding Carey. Oldiker catches it from the three-point line, going inside. Good cut by Cosme. And Cooper gets it back. And an and one for Kate Cooper. So the and one just keeps piling up for the Comets. 3 of them already here in the third quarter.
It seems like the Comets can only score when they're getting fouled, at least recently. And the great give and go. 2-man game from Kate Cooper and Riley Cosme. You know, Cosme's not really known as a post player. She's a big passer, but she did draw that extra defender. Got Cooper open.
That was a mistake from Molly Grace there. She just went straight up, had her arms in the air. That wouldn't have been a foul.
And another mistake by Grace, because when you maybe want to double team someone like Oldiker down low, but someone like Cosme who's not a big threat in the post, to score in the post, you don't necessarily need to help that much. So she maybe overhelped a little bit. And Kate Cooper completes the 3-point play.
Yeah, so 28-16, the West offense is picking up. The Comets offense is not slowing down here. So Aberbat's gonna step back, take this one, and that one's way off. But a good rebound there. Molly Grace making up for her foul before on the offensive rebound.
Yeah, those long shots, Mason had an extra defender to close out there on Aberbat, and it forced the miss, but there just wasn't enough Comets down low to get a rebound.
Popwell is going to take the 3, and she knocks it down. A huge shot from Popwell. If she can hit those, that just makes her such a complete player.
And maybe that'll get her going, is to see a shot go in. It's usually the opposite. A shooter will usually see maybe a layup go in and get their confidence going from anywhere, but a post player making a 3 get her confidence going.
And Margot Madison transition off the Chance Gray miss. The Comets have done an awesome job. A lot of their points come on transition, specifically from Chance Gray's missed threes. And a foul there as Flores tries to slow the Comets' momentum down, and she's going to the line.
So we're going to take a look here. This one's the Maryland Popwell 3. They just gave her too much room. And then Margot Mattis, we know how well she can finish. Couple defenders there, but it didn't phase her. Flores doing a good job. That's exactly what she wanted to do, just stop the momentum. She draws the foul, not able to knock down the first.
That basically summarizes the offensive shooting night for the Firebirds. Just not able to get anything to go there. That one rolls out. And you can see Gray, she just looks kind of flustered right now, just a little bit kind of shocked with how many shots she's missing. I think we all are.
And it's tough to go out like that, but you know, she's got another year left, so this isn't like a last game of a career type game.
Yeah, Aberbat's the only senior starter for the Firebirds. Still have 4 out of their 5 back next year.
You know, and Mason's got Madison, Oldiker, their 2 leading scorers back next year too, so 2 teams with a bright future.
And that ball's out of bounds there on the Comets, so the Firebirds getting it back, trying to cut into this lead.
You know, there's a lot of time left. Got a whole quarter left, got a couple minutes here. They can go on a little bit of a run. They've done a good job stopping Mason's momentum.
And Gray drives. It's going to be a hand check foul there by Mattis. Her second foul.
Mason's got a couple of 2 fouls, but not really any real foul trouble yet.
And Gray for 3. And that one in and out again. A good look from Gray. Still struggling offensively. Only 5 points on the night.
Yeah, there's a big fourth quarter coming up, and it is important for her to have a bad memory, a short-term memory loss there. You know, you always got to have one as a shooter.
Mattis misses that one. Trying to get the rebound, but Flores up to Gray in transition. And Aberbat not able to handle that one, man. That would have been a great opportunity for the Firebirds to try to get back into this one.
You know, it seems like Lakota West is just playing a little too fast, and they're kind of, you know, they talk about it in baseball all the time, in football, catch the ball first. And they're just a little too over-anxious right now.
And they're almost trying to just try to get it all back in one play when you're down by 14, but it's going to take some time. Oldeker, tough shot there. She's not known for her outside shooting.
She's not known for it, but she can make those shots. It just wasn't a great opportunity there as Gray gets all the way to the hoop. And Fishman calls for a quick timeout for Lakota West. They're starting to get back in this game a little bit.
Yeah, let's see if that will get Gray going there. Her 7th point of the night. Flores also with 7. Leads Lakota West. You talked about before, Flores and Gray have most of their points. They have 14 out of the 21 for West tonight. Oldeker, of course, leading all scorers with 14.
And it was important for Mason coming in, not letting other players score, but Aberbat knocking down that 3 there. That's someone they have to stop. And then Grace, 2 players not named Flores or Gray. And then Chance Gray in transition is just deadly. She's known for her 3-point shooting, which she can score from anywhere.
Yeah, every night she's one of the best shooters on the court and also the fastest on the court. So good job converting on that play there. Although her shots, her 3-pointers just haven't been falling, especially that last one. That looked like from our angle that one was in the bottom of the net, but just a missed shot. We saw a couple of missed free throws. We saw one roll out from Flores. So yeah, it's been a really atypical shooting night for not only Gray, but kind of this whole West team.
And we talked about it earlier in the game. A big reason she's not shooting too well, or something to account for, is Mason didn't let her get hot. They didn't let her knock down a couple. They were all on her earlier in the game, and that lets you leave off her a little bit when the game gets closer to the end, because she just didn't have a chance to get that confidence going.
So West coming out in a little bit of a press there. Comets able to break it. And trying to find Oldeker down low. Instead, Cosby's going to take this 3. Too short there. And Grace trying to speed it up in transition. Gray's going to get a screen from Dorman. She's going to take a long 3. Another miss from Gray. That's a tough shot, especially considering she hasn't been able to make her high school 3. It's kind of an NBA 3 there. Tough shot.
Yeah, as a shooter, you got to shoot your way out of a slump, but that wasn't necessarily the right opportunity. And Popwell's going to go to the line once again.
Yeah, almost another and 1 from the Comets. That one looked pretty good from Popwell. Fortunately, a little too strong, but she's going to get an opportunity at the line. And free throws are going to be big down the stretch. You'd assume if the lead kind of stays where it is for the Comets, the Firebirds are going to have to foul. So the Comets can be confident, hit down some shots at the line. They could put this game out of reach eventually.
Free throws are going to be big down the line, like you said, and she knocks down the first.
It's been a pretty good night from the line for the Comets.
And they're starting to get this 13, 14-point lead. It's jumped back, but it's been double digits for a while, but it really hasn't felt like a dominating performance from Mason. It just feels like they're a little bit better, but a little bit better in every aspect of the game so far. And, you know, it's just all coming together for the Comets.
They've definitely played the more disciplined, kind of poised game as well.
And that's what they do. I mean, obviously, one of the most consistent teams in the city, obviously going undefeated this year. It takes a lot of consistency to not lose one game all year.
And
Oldacre.
a third block for Oldacre, and what a great job getting it back, too. A lot of the situations you get the big block that goes out of bounds. Now Oldacre getting the block back and getting a possession for the Comets as well.
And now it gives you a shot to hold for the last shot and maybe get a little more momentum going into the fourth quarter. Crucial fourth quarter coming
and
up.
Gray comes with the help in the post double on Oldacre, misses it, and she gets it back and misses it again. Two good looks from Oldacre, especially that second one. Unable to knock that down, but that's one she'll make most of the time. And a three-pointer looks like they don't get it off, but it's no good anyways from Key. So how about Kyla Oldacre, her third block of the night. She leads the GMC.
Yep, and Kyla Oldacre, you know, it's inside. It looked like there was a lot of contact on those last two layups. We talked about she's not going to get a lot of that, but overall, just a really nice night from Mason in almost every area, and haven't been able to knock down the threes, but inside is where Mason's really being effective tonight.
Yeah, only a couple threes on the night, but yeah, like you said, it's been all inside. Comets done a good job using their height, especially we've seen from Oldacre, but also Cooper coming off the bench playing well, inside Pop well as well, and Mattis, like we see there in transition. That's been the key part of her game, and I feel like a big thing for the Comets is Chance Gray kind of feels like she has to do it all sometimes for this team. But the Comets, when you have three reliable scorers, 3 out of the top 6 scorers in the GMC, with the Oldacre, Madison, Popwell, it kind of takes the pressure off the team and kind of allows the team to relax a little bit. And I feel like Gray has just kind of tried to do too much the whole night, and that's been one of the main reasons she hasn't been able to get going.
Yeah, and that's why Mason's been so consistent, as that's going to be big for them heading forward. But they have three girls that all top 6 scoring in the GMC. And when you're going forward, that's when you can afford to have one of those have an off night, because not everyone's going to be perfect every night.
It's the winner of this game. We'll get the winners, Springboro and Miamisburg, like we mentioned before.
But Mason's got to finish with this one quarter in Lakota West. You know, crazier things have happened.
Yeah, an update in that game. Springboro is up 38-27 on Miamisburg right now.
Mason will get the inbound to start the fourth quarter.
They're picking up right where they left off. The Oldacre outside. Swings to Cosme, no good on the 3. And Chance Grayson coming out with a rebound.
Mason's getting a lot of good looks. That shows you they're running really good offense, but you know, they just haven't been able to get a lot of them to fall. So to still be winning by 14 just shows you how good of a game all around they've been playing.
And that three-pointer is no good. I mean, it's been a great defensive performance from the Comets, but it's also been a lot of West kind of been shooting themselves in the foot with some bad turnovers, also some missed threes, and a bad turnover there.
They're going to call a defensive foul. And Fishman's not happy about that one.
Yeah, I thought they were going to, or it looks like that they might have set up by mistake. So I feel like that. I mean, that was a foul on Popwell. Yeah. There wasn't really much to doubt about that one.
We're going to look at this one again, but I think the referee pointed the wrong way, and Fishman was not happy about it. But definitely a foul on Popwell.
Yeah, I don't see how that could have gone on Braz.
And we'll see if Mason can start off the fourth quarter once again with another big stop. They look like they're going with a little bit of a zone.
Dorman drives, kicks it back out to Gray. And the Comets double. And Dorman trying to beat Oldacre off the dribble. Good defense by Oldacre and great help there on the pass by Popwell. Comets defense just seems to be one step ahead of this Lakota West offense.
You know, Kyla Oldacre, seeing her down low, it speeds you up, and you don't want the ball down there. And she got that pass off a little too quick. That went right to Popwell.
Oldacre again down low. Finds Mattis. Some post-repost there. Back out to Mattis, and she knocks it down. The Comets played through Oldacre, and Mattis gets a big 3 to extend the lead to 17 here with about 6 minutes to go.
You don't need Oldacre to score to run your offense through Oldacre, and they've showed that perfectly there.
They're called foul there on a Chance Gray drive. Comets fans not happy about that one.
As you see, you get it inside Oldacre, draws 3 defenders, so 2 players are going to be open, and you can't leave Margot Mattis open from 3. You know, she's going to knock him down eventually, and finally able to get one there.
And Oldeker just kicks that one out of bounds there. It's good defense. That just, it seemed like such a low effort play. Oldeker, she just made that look easy.
Almost, I think she was angry at the ref about that foul call. Almost took him out. And that was just really athletic play too.
And another missed three-pointer from Aberbat. She's missed a couple in these 2 out of the last 3 trips. And the Comets go in transition. Madison tossing up again. The West transition defense slow again. Comets take advantage. 19-point lead here.
Yep, and then the momentum's all on their side. And it feels like it's all been through Kyla Oldeker as the air ball from Gray. Lakota West just seems so out of it right now.
And now all 5 starters on the board for the Comets, with Cosme getting their first 2.
Mason just wants to slow it down now. We talked about how they kind of wanted to slow the game down. They didn't want to get in transition game with Lakota West, but they've got out in transition, and it's worked for them so far.
Yeah, so it'll be a good time to slow it down, though, with this 19-point lead, about 5:30 to go. You don't need to completely kind of take the air out of the ball, but just slowing it down and forcing West to make plays like that and just kind of intentionally foul there.
We're going to take a look at the Kyla Oldeker pick once again. Looks like she, once again, just was mad at the ref and was so close to getting him in the wrong spot there. As you see, she doesn't show a lot of emotion, but even that was enough to get a laugh out of her. It's another bad turnover for Mason.
Yeah, Flores in transition. That's the last thing you want for the Comets is a bad turnover, but another miss and a Gray 3. That one's no good again, so Gray still has not knocked down a 3 tonight. Only 7 points and a foul there. And as Mattis tries to go in transition, it's going to be the 6th-team foul on the Firebirds. The next one's going to put the Comets in the bonus.
You know, that's a call. You never know how it's going to go. They call a trip on Lakota West. You don't know. You don't necessarily know if it was a trip on her or if Mattis just tripped over her own feet. Lakota West fans aren't happy about it, as Mason's going to take a timeout, struggle getting the ball in there.
Yeah, they only had about 1 player back, and Comets didn't seem prepared for that press. Good timeout there. So 40-21. So if you're the Firebirds, Ben, what do you have to do to get back into this game?
It's hard, because if you would have asked me going just blindly, how does Lakota West, get back into a game when they're down 19? It's, just have Chance Gray get her point, have Chance Gray get her shots. She's going to knock some down, but she has not been knocking any down, and it just hasn't been the answer so far for Lakota West. So I'm sure Fishman, obviously a great coach, he's going to have an answer or see what they can do best effectively. But for right now, maybe you got to keep giving Gray some shots. It's not her night, but it doesn't feel like Lakota West physically has anything else on their team that could get them back into the game.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be the 3 ball at this point with about when you're down by 19. Like, I'm not a big fan just of teams jacking up threes, but I feel like in this situation, that's the strength of the Lakota West team. It's been really working for them all year. It's just surprising that it's not tonight. So. Firebirds try to double Cosme. Good job getting it back out to Mattis. Comets content to slow things down here with 5 minutes to go in the game. And what a pass by Oldeker. And it's going to be a foul there. That's super impressive. We mentioned her posting up. We mentioned her blocks, but how about that pass?
She's keeping the ball high, and that not only works for scoring, but for passing there too. No one on Lakota West can contest that.
And Mattis able to knock down the first one.
Both teams will be in the bonus from here on out. 2 for 2 from the line from Mattis. That pushes the lead up to 20 for the Comets. Outstanding defensive performance. 21 points only already in the 4th quarter for Lakota West.
And another missed 3 from Aberbat. So the Comets doubling the Firebirds yet again here. And a foul there by Molly Gray. So they're already trying to foul with about 5 minutes to go here.
At this point in the game, you got to hope Mason misses some free throws.
Mattis not the one you want to foul, though. Best free throw shooter on the team.
Knocks down the first.
Thought she was going to miss that one there, Ben. So I called her the best free throw shooter on the team.
Yeah, I think we figured out it's only me that is a subject to the commentator's curse. I think it's just called the Ben curse.
What do you say, Ben? Make her miss you.
I say she makes it, and she does. Margot Mattis, 2 for 2 from the line, pushes the lead up to 23.
Flores step back. That's a nice two from her. She's been hitting that in one of the few bright spots in the offensive end. She's been hitting that step back mid-range jumper all game. She's got 9. Leads her team.
And Lakota West is going to be forced to pressure now, and that's not necessarily their strong suit.
As long as the Comets can hold on to the ball and knock down some free throws, then it's going to be set up pretty well.
CC Carey looks like is the one getting fouled. She'll go to the line for a 1-and-1.
It's the 9th team foul in the West. So the next one is going to put Comets in that double bonus situation.
The Lake Erie College commit knocks down the first, earn herself a second attempt.
And it's been a great free throw shooting night. We saw Oldeker missed a shot on the and-one opportunity, but everyone else has just been knocking them down, and that's just key, especially when you have the lead in the end of the game. You know the Comets are going to be playing some pretty close games, so if they can keep their shooting confidence up, then that'll just help them a ton down the stretch, especially if they got a big game against Springboro.
Yeah, I think Mason's going with that box and one once again. Mattis is going to chase her around Gray, but everyone else staying put in a box set.
And a high pass out of bounds there from Gray to Keys. So Comets getting the ball back. Yeah, you mentioned before, Ben, it's tough to beat a team 3 times. And when you thought of that, I was thinking of the Bucks Saints this year in the NFL. Saints, of course, one of the first 2. Bucks beating in the playoffs, and then Tom Brady doing what Tom Brady does and winning the Super Bowl. But looks like the Comets are going to be able to sweep the series here. Unless something crazy happens, win all 3.
You know, and it's been something different every game, which is impressive for the Comets. Tonight, you feel like it's mostly the defensive end that got them the win. The second time they played, they scored at a very high. They shot at a very high clip. Margot Mattis had herself a game. Also, Marilyn Popwell, that was one of her best games of the season. And then the first time around, you know, they kind of put it all together.
So Carey again knocking down some clutch free throws. That's something they emphasize in practice a lot. As the free throw shooting, it's really been paying off here tonight.
Checking back in for Lakota West. That's going to be Molly Grace. She's going to need to get something going for her team if they want any shot. 3:42 to go now.
Gray's probably going to continue to fire him up here in this situation. Comets did a good job guarding the three-point line.
You know, Mattis has done a great job on Gray, and I think that's something that's gone unnoticed so far tonight. We haven't really talked about, but Margot Mattis, they're running that box and one set a lot. And when they're not doing that, they're just in regular man.
Yeah, Chance Gray's had 6 games this year with over 30 points. So.
And Mattis has been in the whole game. She hasn't checked out once yet, so she's the only person that's guarded Gray so far tonight. So credit her. Not letting Gray get hot, and then she just kept on with a great defense, closing out on her.
Yeah, they try to set a lot of screens, kind of free up Gray, and Mattis almost always able to get back in the play, or if not, Carey or Cosby, one of the other guards, seems to always be there for help. And of course, Kyla Oldeker and Popwell are making a big impact down low as well. So it's been a really complete defensive performance as well as offense.
Kate Cooper's going to check in for Kyla Oldeker. Oldeker is going to get her standing ovation.
Well deserved there from Oldeker. She played one heck of a game tonight.
2 for 2 there from Flores, like we talked about earlier, kind of the only bright spot in the Lakota West offense.
Yeah, Flores now the only West scorer in double digits with 11. Chance Gray's lowest scoring game this year, I believe, was 15. And right now she's at 7. I thought there was no way she wouldn't get into double digits this game. And Popwell gets fouled. So Marilyn Popwell going to the free throw line for the double bonus. So it's going to be the 4th foul on Molly Grace.
Yep, another update on that Springboro-Miamisburg game. Springboro has a 13-point lead, 4 minutes left to go. So if everything stays not too crazy in both of these games. We look like we might be seeing another Mason-Springboro rematch. We've seen a couple good matchups in the last 2 years. Last year, Springboro taking it in the first game of the season, and this year we talked about Mason won in overtime. So that'll make for a great game. I know I'll be on that call. Not sure who's going to be with me. Sammy Connors, Evan Amazon.
Yeah, it should be a great one as well. Like you said, a big overtime finish. Comets kind of took control once it went to overtime, but yeah, they've definitely been a powerhouse for these last couple of years now.
And that's the thing for Masons. They won that game. They don't need everyone. They don't need all their players to be, you know, having their best game of their lives. As Oldeker gets another 2 points. That play made possible by Mattis.
It's the easiest bucket Oldeker's gotten all night. Nice layup there. Goes home for 2.
Nice rebound there from Oldeker, too, and the foul is going to go Mason's way.
So Kyle Oldeker going to the free throw line. This is a good spot for Oldeker. I mean, because the game's kind of out of reach with the Comets up 52-25. This is a good situation for Oldeker just to kind of practice some in-game free throws. Even if they don't fall, it's not really going to hurt the team in this situation. It's definitely a part of the game that she struggled with most. So it's nice to get her some opportunities from the line. She's able to knock down that one. So good in-game practice there from Oldeker.
Yeah, and that in-game part is the most important. She's going to be a little tired right now. She's played a really hard-fought game. And some free throws that don't necessarily matter as much, but will just kind of simulate what it's like to be that tired. She goes 2 for 2 there. Kyla Oldeker having herself a game.
Yeah, Oldeker with 18 and Mattis with 16 tonight. And with Flores and Gray only with 18, so Flores and Gray combined have what Oldeker has in this game. Who would have thought?
And you know, coming in, we thought they had to hold some of those Lakota West role players, couldn't let them do too much, but they got a little extra kind of holding Gray too. As they almost take a 30-point lead. Let's see if Carey can push it to that point.
Yeah, it's kind of like assume Gray is going to get around 20 and then just kind of stop kind of all those other players. But with Gray with 7, there hasn't really been anyone else to kind of pick up for Gray's outside shooting. So it's a great all-around performance as Carey misses that one. She went 4 for 4 on her last couple before the miss there.
You know, it's not just Oldeker, it's just everyone getting those free throw practice will be important now as Mason pushes the lead to 30, and who would have thought coming into this game? You know, there were a lot of doubters, a lot of people saying you can't beat a team 3 times, especially as good as Lakota West, but Mason this season, outstanding coach, and Robin Tula, and we just want to thank our crew tonight, everybody from in the truck, behind the cameras, Evan Amazon, one of the best in the business. It's been a fun night. As West is going to apply some pressure, but I don't know if they're going to foul here.
All right, it's definitely been a lot of fun all night. It's been a great game, and like I always say, Ben, I feel like we got the fun job. So
yeah, we definitely got the easiest job as well. And Mason just eye-opening, dominating performance, coming alive in the second half as well. Kyla Oldeker, Margot Mattis. One of the best front court, backcourt duos we've seen in high school girls basketball in a long time.
No question about that. And Mason's going to beat Lakota West by more than they beat Seton, which is pretty surprising, considering Seton, I believe, is a 23 seed and West is a 3 seed. So it's a really impressive all-around win. This Comets just kind of dribbling it out here.
I mean, that shows you how good Mason can be. And, you know, Mason has a top 6 scorer on their team that's only scored single digits so far this game. So, I mean, if they get everyone on, it's a whole different team.
So the Comets here, looks like West is going to be content to let this one run out. And the Comets, what a performance. 55-25, huge win. More than doubling their, arguably their biggest rival in this playoff game. And the Comets knocked them out in 2016, 2017, 2018, and they do it again in 2021.
Comets move on. Now who's it going to be? A Springboro Miamisburg. And Springboro has dominating lead right now. As Springboro just final hit and Springboro wins that game. We're going to have a Mason-Springboro rematch. I'm excited for that one. That one's going to be Saturday at Princeton. We welcome all of you back for the ride. Mason Comets, dominating fashion, win by 35 points.
A huge win tonight. I'm Evan Amazon, joined by Ben Haller. Thank you to everyone behind the scenes making this broadcast possible, and it's a huge win for the Comets, and they're moving on to face Springboro in the district finals. Thanks for listening.